What's going on, people? Shaving back again. Another episode of the Spoken Word. Alright, guys. The reason why I'm doing this show today, in for a treat, because I'm uploading like twice within a space of how long? What's it? 3 days. Don't normally do it, but I had to do it quickly because we got to talk about the fight at the weekend between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. So now, before I get on, if you're new around here, please subscribe. You know I'm going to keep asking you lot. Come on, been on 81 subscribers the whole time, getting so many views. Last year I got over 200 views. I'm on 81 subscribers. You absolute wrong-uns, man. Why are you not subscribing? You newcomers, come in, you watch it, and you don't subscribe. How are you going to see this next show? And guys, you got to hit the like button as well. Got to hit this. Got to hit us 100. We're trying to get to 1,000, but I say 100. I want to get 3 digits. But anyway, yeah. So the fight of the weekend. So what was interesting was I wasn't actually going to originally watch this fight. I just thought it was another waste of time. Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. I got my own thoughts on it. I just feel like it was a bit of a waste of time. But this is the funny thing about these fights, you know, these ones that we all think, oh, no one's interested, or it's a bit of a waste of time, or it's a joke. These fights end up surprising people. I remember I remember at first Anthony Joshua and Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. I had no interest in that fight, and this is when Anthony Joshua was really considered the number one guy or two between him and Tyson Fury. Some people considered Deontay Wilder, and then he ended up losing, shocked, and then that caused traction, I should say, and then also with Usyk, he lost, and then all of a sudden it became a talking point. So with Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury, I think at first it was meant to be an exhibition match, and people think, oh, so what a joke. He should be fighting Usyk or Joshua or one of those two. That's what we wanted to see from Tyson Fury, right? And then all of a sudden he's fighting Francis Ngannou, thinking this is a bit of a joke. But then it turned out that it was actually a professional fight. Well, I thought it was down as an exhibition. Professional fight, there's no title on the line though. But what a fight, right? And the reason why I'm talking about it is because I watched that fight. I had nothing. This was Saturday night. I was at home. I was just at yard. I was watching. Bro, I can't remember what day it was. Yeah, I was watching my team Arsenal play. We won 5-0, big up. And then I was just at home and I had the energy because these fights, this is the thing I'll get onto. These fights, they really drag out. Like, I mean, as in terms of, I was watching the fight and I saw David Adelaide and Fabio Wardley. And because I was a bit interested in that fight, to be honest. That was the fight I was actually most interested in. Very good fight. David lost. And obviously he assaulted the ref, not madly, but he laid his hand on him, so he's now suspended. Not good. He needs to look at himself for that, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. Then the Fury fight, and oh my god, they were really dragging it out. Performances, music, concert after concert. I was like, yo, this is getting long. I remember it was like a 30-minute countdown, and then even to the fight, and even then I swear it was even longer. I was waiting, like, it was just late, man. I was like, oh, for God's sake, like, I was forcing myself to stay up. But then fight came on, and then it's been big hypes with Francis Ngannou. The reason why it's a crossover, he's coming from MMA to boxing. He really wanted to do boxing, but he was doing MMA for other reasons that he's listed at the time, probably more for convenience at the time. The money's not there in MMA that he's in boxing, so he's coming, it's his first fight. What a performance. So he's come in, people expected Fury to wipe the floor with him, but Fury did not, in my opinion, Fury did not look good. Like, the fight happened, I was watching it. It started off like Fury doing what he was doing, and then Francis Ngannou in the third round knocked him down. I was like, wow, the third round, you know. That fight really was like, wow. Like, he knocked him down, and obviously, yeah, man, like that was like one of the worst performances I've ever seen from Tyson Fury. Since he became a professional boxer, like he looked terrible. He looked out of shape. We all seen that he's always gone through different physique changes, but he looked terrible. Like I don't know if he's taking this fight seriously. Obviously, Francis Ngannou it was hype because Mike Tyson had some input in his training. Obviously, he had other trainers as well, but Mike Tyson was behind it. Shout out my guy, favorite boxer ever, Mike Tyson. But he was he was behind it. And then the thing is, I think this is the biggest point for me, guys. I think that it was a robbery. Like that fight was that judgment was suspicious. So Fury basically won on split decision. I'm gonna fast forward. I'm not gonna go through every round. He won on split decision. Those that watched the fight know it was dodgy. And I was like, they're going to rob him. They're gonna rob Francis Ngannou. The first judge called it Ngannou, and it was very marginal. I think was it like 96, 93 or something. Guy could correct me in the comment section below. And then we had the second decision was Fury, and I was like, the last one I was like, oh my god. And then they said that Fury won by a split decision and I was like, Fury got knocked down. Yes, you could say that he landed some jabs on him, but Francis Ngannou also got him as well a few times as well, barring knockdown. The knockdown is significant as well. And this is another thing that no one talks about. In one of the rounds, I can't remember if it was the same round or another round, I think Fury, I can't remember if he's throwing a straight right or overhand right, he actually catches him with his elbow. So I was like, has that not, you can't do that, you can't hit, you're not allowed to hit with your elbow in boxing, you can't do that. So did they not take deduct points for that? Because I'm thinking if they deducted points from the elbow shot, which I know they didn't, I think it very much could be a case when Ngannou could actually be the winner. And the funny thing is, the general consensus on social media from former professional boxers themselves, casual fans, people that are really into boxing, oh my god, they're all saying that Ngannou got robbed. They think that there is corruption, and to be honest, they feel like, because in my opinion, I think it was very dodgy, right? And I feel like the worst case scenario, even then it would have still been a talking point, it would have still been a bit sus. Even if they called it a draw, you could be like, you could still say Ngannou, you could still feel as if Ngannou was robbed, but the fact that Fury won and away, I was not convinced. I saw on Frank Roman's face, I saw Paris, his wife, she looked like she was generally concerned at what she was seeing. I saw the camera angle on her. Fury's post-match reaction, he was not convinced that he won. No way. The way he was, I know the way they were asking him questions, and all he kept saying was, he's good, good fighter. Again, he's a good fighter. And I'm like, this is his first professional fight as a boxer. Like, MMA is not necessarily transitioning into boxing. It's all different. Like, it's different. But Ngannou, to me, he's fighting against a heavyweight champion as his first battle, and he puts in a performance like that. My props go out to him. Like, I hope he does well, and he's a likable person as well. Like, he even thinks that he was robbed. He feels like the reason why they gave it to him, unless the only way that he was gonna win that fight is if he knocked him out. So he didn't knock Fury out, but he knocked him down. There's a difference. So that's the only way they could have said, okay, Ngannou won. When it comes to split decision, he thought, they'll give it to Fury, because he's thinking he's coming from another sport. Because do you know how bad the optics would look if, like, he's coming from MMA, he beats Tyson Fury, who's the heavyweight champion, he's got one of the belts, Usyk's got the other belts. Do you know how bad that will look on boxing and his name? And also, it'll bring into question the fight, because he signed a deal with Usyk apparently to fight even before. Now, some people think that's kind of disrespectful, you're not taking it serious. Like, how are you gonna fight this guy and then you got one eye on the deal? And honestly, this performance shocked the whole world that are into boxing. So they thought that put it into jeopardy, because they were saying the 24th of December, like 2 days before Christmas, the fight with Usyk. I do not think that fight's happening on the 24th of December. No way. This is the 30th of October, and this happened on 29th. Fury's had a few bruises. He's got bruises. I saw an interview with him saying he's not being cut, but bruises, cuts, man. There's a slight difference, but come on, man. Your eyes look red, man. You can see I can see where you've been bruised around your face, and also your fitness does not look particularly good as well. So how you gonna fight Usyk in December the 23rd, man? Come on, this is like undisputed battle against one that arguably some people consider the number one heavyweight in the world at the moment as well. No way, man. So Joe, you see what I mean? This sport is so disappointing. Like, it's just can be so corrupt, man. I just feel like they just ruin it for us, like, and they make so much bank. And obviously, rightly so, they're risking their lives at the end of the day for these fights. But I think these people just take the piss, man. Absolute liberties they take with with boxing. But yeah, Francis Ngannou, to me, he'll still need some more fights. It wouldn't be the same caliber as Fury. But I don't think he looks out of place in boxing, if I'm honest. Like, one thing I like about Ngannou as well in that fight is that, because Fury does this a lot, where he uses his weight, because he's like one of the heaviest heavyweights. Like, with heavyweights, right, it's a certain weight. I think it's 90 kg minimum. After that, it's unlimited to consider the heavyweight. But he's a giant at 6'9", and his weight, he uses that to his advantage. He leans on opponents and really takes out their energy away. He couldn't do it with Ngannou, because when it comes to the grappling, you've got to remember, Ngannou is MMA, so he's used to grapples, where a lot of boxers, even that are around the same height and maybe similar weight, it's not the same thing, because they're not training grabbing and hugging and grappling. They just do it. So that's why Ngannou is like a big guy, like he can hold his own. So I think he's well equipped to do boxing. I think as well, I think that he's owed a rematch. Minimally, at least owed a rematch. I think with Fury, I don't think the rematch will happen. There was no rematch clause, but I think Ngannou is perfectly within his right to ask for a rematch, and I think anyone would agree. I did a poll out the other day on my Instagram. So I did it on 3 different accounts. I did it on the channel's account. There wasn't much engagement as I liked. I said who won the fight. So 40% voted Fury, and then Ngannou 60%. I went on my other my personal IG. It actually got 50-50. Before it was heavily weighted in Ngannou's favour. Now it's both. It's 50. It's literally 50-50 on the dot. If you can see it here. And then on my other Instagram account, most people voted. This is where most people actually voted, and it's got 87% in Ngannou and 13% Fury. Mad. I think a lot of it is, and then yeah. So I feel like even Fury's responses, man, I don't think he was convinced. I think he was in a bit of panic as well. I think his dad was in a bit of panic. I think Frank Rowan even said that. Even Eddie Hearn. I saw an interview with Eddie Hearn on one of the YouTube channels, and he was like, he said Fury was like robbed. I think this as well. I think this kind of puts Anthony Joshua, in fact, back into contention as well. Even barring Usyk, I think Anthony Joshua was within the shout. Because everyone thought, the ship's definitely sailed. But when AJ sees that, or if he has seen that, which I'm assuming he has, even with where it was currently going on with him, I think he's perfectly within a shout to fight Fury. And I feel like the fight will be closer than people think. Before, they probably thought, Fury wipes the floor with AJ. Styles make fights at the end of the day as well. I think Fury is probably... AJ probably find Fury easier to handle than an Usyk. That's not to say that Usyk's necessarily better than Fury, but it's style-wise as well. Yeah. That's my thing. My opinion. I think AJ and Fury. No one's talking about that at the moment. Some people think that Fury's gonna retire again. Not that I thought he retired really in the first place, but Obviously, his wife wants him to, but I think AJ, that puts AJ back into contention after seeing that performance. That's not to say that he will necessarily win. We don't know that for sure, but I think the chance is bigger than people now give it credit for. As for Usyk, so yeah, I think this fight that everyone thought Fury was gonna do has now put a spanner in the works, and I feel like also, if he was gonna fight this Ngannou, why don't you fight Usyk first, then bother about Ngannou? But now you've done it like this, you gotta the base being it mash up, you know, mash up. So yeah. Guys, leave in the comment section below. I'm not going to go on too long. I can if I want to, but I'm not going to this time. But yeah, leave your thoughts. Remember to like the video, subscribe, leave a comment in the section below. Engage with the channel, please. Comment, give your thoughts on who won. I think personally, it's either Ngannou won the fight or minimum drew. But I definitely don't think Fury won that fight. No, and I think that's unfair. But another thing I'll add before I left. The same energy should be applied. But do you remember when Deontay Wilder's first fight with Tyson Fury, when Fury was first getting back into it after 3 years out of the ring in 2018, when Fury got knocked down? Fury himself, I know people try to say technically, even though it was scored as a draw, his first draw of his career, they try to say that Fury really won that fight. So if you got that logic for Fury technically won that fight after that performance, and he felt like Fury was robbed of a win, you got to apply that same logic to the Ngannou Fury fight. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because otherwise it doesn't make no sense then. But no one's talking about that. But yeah, that's why I think I'm one of the best, because I bring up these points. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. Peace.